Hi, Ali from Flexspray. Today I'm going to be reviewing a handheld sprayer. It's called the Untitled Flexspray, and it's also the Wagner XVLP FC3500. It's the exact same sprayer whether it's in the Titan brand or whether it's in the Wagner brand. Both companies are owned by Wagner, so whatever you see in one is actually the same as the other. The only differences you'll see is the Wagner is black and yellow, whereas the Titan is in red. So straight off the bat, it's a miniature or a handheld HVLP. So for all of the painters who are used to using the HVLPs when they were spraying their enamels, this is more or less exactly the same thing. You can use it for fine spraying as well as standard spraying, but it's going to be using air rather than a piston or a diaphragm to bring up the paint pressure and to atomize the paint. So some of the basic features of the sprayers. Each of these cups, they come in 3 different sizes, and each one indicates a finer material. So you'll start off with a coarser one for coarser paints such as sealant paints and things like that. Then you go down to this one, which is the yellow one, and this is used as a standard all-rounder. And then you can go down to a finer one for finer finish sprays, acrylics and enamels and things like that, or high gloss finish paints, or even for the 2-pack paints. So as you saw me just do, in order to place it on, all you really have to do is twist it in and it's locked. And to remove it, it's just a matter of pulling down on this tab and then twisting it back off. Each one of these comes complete with its own pot. I'll just unscrew it to have a look. And down the bottom you have a suction hose, and you attach your water filter onto the end of those. And these machines are super easy to use. It's only a couple of settings, actual settings. On the back you have the gauge or the dial, which is purely for air pressure. On the front here you'll see there is a numbered system or a numbered rotary dial, and the bigger the number is, the deeper you can pull that trigger in. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you all the way down to a 1, and the dial and the trigger just goes in, and that's really good when you need to just have minimum paint, or if you're doing a really fine finish and you want to control overspray and whatnot. And then when I turn it all the way back around to the number 12, you'll see how much difference there is in the trigger pull. So it doesn't just stop there, it keeps going, so there's quite a bit of trigger pull. Now on the front, you've got a couple of adjustments that you can make. The first one is to spray vertically, and the other one is to just simply turn it all the way around, and then you have a horizontal spray. Up the top here, that moves around, and that controls your fan width, how far you can have it from the pencil all the way to a full-size fan. And so we've got the fan width, horizontal and vertical. And there is one thing that I've noticed, being an authorised service agent for this, we have a lot of these machines coming in, and the common complaint is that the machine, it's leaking, so as they're pulling the trigger away, it still squirts paint out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you what that is and how to rectify it, because all of this is just when it's been assembled from the factory, being put in a box. It hasn't been, these components haven't been put together in the exact right order. So what I'll do is I'll just pull this apart and show you how to assemble it properly, and then I'll also show you how to use the machine. So the machine is now set up, or the XVLP is set up. I've only got a little bit of water in the bottom of it. So I'll just show you that it's just clear water, and I just want to demonstrate the different settings and the pressures and how to get it going. Right, so I'll turn the front dial down to a number 1. And I'm going to take the air pressure down to a number 1, and hopefully we'll be able to see the spray pattern. It's currently set up on the vertical and on a pencil as well. So I'm not too sure how clear that is, but you can see that with the water it's actually squirting out quite a bit. Actually I had it on number 12, not number 1. So I'll take it down to a number 1, we'll see the difference. So fine. And the beauty is that unlike a larger HVLP, the turbine's only on as soon as I pull the trigger. As long as I don't touch the trigger, the turbine doesn't move. So you know, the annoying thing of a diaphragm pump or a HVLP is that it's always on. So if you get a phone call, you need to stop something for a second, you can't bypass that noise without going right up to the machine and switching it off. But here we don't have that problem. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the front setting on a number 1 and turn the back setting up while it's spraying, and hopefully be able to see the difference in the air pressure. So that was the difference in the air pressure, and what I'll do is I'll also do the same thing by increasing the material pressure and then slowly turning up the air pressure so you can hear the difference and see the difference as well. So you can see on a number 1 with full paint settings, it just throws the paint. There's no atomization, but by turning up the air pressure, the paint or the material atomizes really well. And that's on a pencil jet. And to turn it onto a wider jet, I've just got to turn the front dial around, and now to get a wider jet. So with the number 1 on the front rotary dial, we get a finer mist, and as we go up to a number 12, you get a lot more material coming out. And again, the turbine is all adjusted all from the back. There is one more thing here, and you'll see a lock and an unlock on the gauge on the imprint. By turning that, you're able to lift this up, the front cover, and change your air filter. Now, when you buy one of these, you do get a spare air filter with it, and you also get the filters that cover the front nozzle. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there is a common problem that people complain of, and that is the spitting once you release the trigger. And I'll just show you how to adjust or sort that little problem out. It's a matter of grabbing the yellow from both sides and twisting it out. So that's one solid piece. And then we have the metal cover. And then this cap here. And this is a little bit more tricky to release. And you can see automatically that it's doing what people have been complaining about, where I've got my hand off the trigger, but it's not, it's still spraying. Just release the pressure just like that. So what's happening here is as soon as I take this cap off, so this is our needle, and it's just a plastic needle, a flat plastic needle, and it's also got on the cap a flat section as well. So the needle needs to be sitting properly in the cap. And when it doesn't, that's the result, that's what happens. You get that leaking. So it's simply a matter of lining it up again. And once it's lined up, you'll be able to pull the cap in properly, or push it in properly. It will not otherwise push in properly. Getting our outer cap. Now this does have a specific way of going on. There's a small lip on the top and a larger lip on the bottom, and there's a corresponding gap on the back side of this, so we just got to line that up as well. Now this is also, everything is designed so that it lines up, so it really is idiot proof or foolproof. So we'll line the two ends against the black, and I'll just make sure that the yellow up the top slots over the tab there, and then I'll just twist it all back in. Now once I put this under pressure again, I should have no leaks, unless I've done something wrong. We'll find out in a minute. So I'll just power it up. And there you have it. Now, you get, once you buy these, they come with a few different things. They come with some cup liners, a couple of different grade filters. So this will be, the red would be for a finer filter, and the white would be a more standard. And this, if you notice, the color codes are the same as the Wagner and the Titan gun tip, pencil tip colors as well, so they correspond. You also get a cup seal and a shoulder strap to help you carry it around, and it all comes in a convenient carry case. So my overall review of this little machine is it is a fantastic unit for touching up, even to be doing major work. The only downside, of course, is that you're limited to cup size as you are in a standard HVLP, and that you are limited to electricity cable. But other than that, for what it is and what it does cost, it is a fantastic unit, well and truly worth having on board in your van or in your truck. And I strongly recommend it. And as far as in terms of what can go wrong, very, very little. As long as you adjust and align everything up the right way, these machines are great. Well and truly worth spending a little bit of money on and keeping one of these. And the best part of it is that the warranty is the same as the bigger units. And anybody who's dealt with Wagner or Titan will know that when it comes to warranty, they are second to none. They do honour their warranties and as quickly as possible. So I'm Marley from Westbury Ellis, and I hope this video has been of some benefit to you. Look forward to seeing you next time.